Hey everyone, yeah, it's Brett Hornby here. This is something we can all relate to, especially either on this platform or various other social media platforms. I think more so, but I also have been more active on here. But here's my next personal vlog, number 46. Social media, good for past connections here. I mean, here we are in 2019 here. We gotta go all the way back to, it was 2007. Some people late 2006. That was actually when I've been out of high school for 5, 6 years, and I just graduated from college here. So I might have been on the tail end of enjoying the full potential out of it. But then as time goes on, with social media there, but that was back when I first heard about Facebook, and got the invite from a friend from the past there, and basically then you start building up your friends list there. But that's what's definitely one good thing about social media is it's good for making connections from the past there. And I mean, while you could say something that our parents and our grandparents, it takes out the mystery of when they have their high school reunions, finding out what everybody's up to in terms of if they change their marital status, or if they hit it big, or run on some other times, or do something neat or not so neat and pretend to care. But I mean, that's one good thing about social media, is that you could still stay in touch with people from the past. I also flip on the other side of the coin, is on the other hand seeing who still gives a damn about you, because I mean, there's sometimes as time goes on that you might have someone that you knew as a kid, and you lost touch, and then they don't remember them now as an adult, or you're just, we all change here, and you're just two different people. And sometimes you might be able to reconnect, but the other times you might not. But also, in my personal experience here, I mean, there's been some people that I was friends with at one time, and unfortunately sometimes you have a falling out with someone, and then as time goes on, and going back to the high school reunion thing, and you see that they're on Facebook there, that you try to reach out to them and just say, find out what they're up to, and then cut to the chase and just say everything in the past is that in the past, and then hopefully maybe they'll be happy that you reached out to them. A lot of time, actually, it's worked out that they were first shocked that I reached out to them, and then happy I reconnected. Other times it's like, oh well. But then you got other times that you used to be friends with someone, and then everybody moves on, or changes, and then I guess you can also go back to personal vlog number 17, where I call the perils of adult friendships, is where you definitely realize that you're still friends with these people, but you never seem to have time to get together because work schedules and different times, different interests, and then in some people's case, especially if they live out of town and you don't have a means to get to them. And then also the fact that if they're married with kids, I mean, then of course they're busy with that. But it's also great to see what they're up to and share their memories and that on social media there. I mean, that's definitely Facebook. But then you also got Twitter, and then Instagram also is huge, where sharing memories there. I know that's definitely most the case. There's not as many people that I know that, I mean, I've been taking YouTube a lot more seriously and slow growing here in the last year, even though I've had a channel for almost 9 years. If you look at my profile there, I made this channel back in 2010 and posted some videos on there, and just this channel was left in the mothballs there. But it wasn't until this past year that I become more active. But this is also another way to try to share and learn about social media, and good for past connections. But the other neat thing about this is the fact that it's been able for me to allow me to, support my friends in the past that otherwise I wouldn't be able to support them if, I had some friends that, done some regular improv shows and or other work at, non-profit organizations, and they have like fundraisers, and I'm able to know about them and hear about them and support them here and there, which is always neat there. And then, also going back to reunions, it makes it easier to plan reunions and then have an idea on what to talk about when you follow along with their life journey there. So, in some way, it makes conversations less awkward there. Which I'm going to say that's something that our generation has got to do with that. Let's say my parents and grandparents' generations, if with their high school reunions there. But that's what I say about social media. It's just good for finding connections in the past and rekindle something, or who knows, maybe some people's cases that there's some people I hear stories where they knew each other in elementary and then they went to different schools and still remember each other from college, and then when they're both done college, reconnect and then rekindle friendships. And I know some cases I've had some people that had that and ultimately, got married in that. Hasn't happened to me. I'm still happily single there. I'm in that, busy with my own life. I have my own personal interests in that, and it's great that I've been able to connect with everyone on social media, or is here in town or all over here, and have occasionally met them in person, either here in town or if I happen to be there when or nearby when I'm on holidays there. But it's just the fact that we all have our own career, lives, problems, whatever that we have to manage here. But it's always great to connect, and always hope maybe you'll see more often. But it's life. Everyone's too busy here. But what's your take on social media? Have you had good past connections and maybe rekindled some friendships, or maybe mended some fences on the other hand, or also in my case support stuff that they do, like say going back to the improv, or even work on some various non-profit organizations that do various things in the community. So and then also just share all your memories, just to think about it. And this has been 12 years since I've been on social media here. That nearly a third of my life from when I signed up till now is online here. And I know the one thing that's definitely going to be different here, especially everyone who has kids and that, and this always goes back to the old advantage. Not so much now, just because I'm getting older and it's hard to overindulge, but it is true that seems like everybody is either getting married or pregnant. I'm just getting drunk, but I definitely have not drank as much beer as I did 10 years ago, just because as you get older you got more responsibilities and busier, and the fact that it does take longer to recover from alcohol here. But that also seems to be the case there. But I don't know. It's when you post stuff about your kids and them growing up, it's like, I know that's something I can't relate to, because all the pictures I have of me in the past is in those old things called albums, and actual albums where you have a book of pictures in them. And back when the time when pictures had to get developed, who knows, maybe it'll be in a scrapbook that you always hear is in the making there, but I haven't got one yet. But who knows, might get surprised with one day about memories in the past there. But then you're thinking of generations now where people post stuff about the kids that are growing up. I just gotta wonder, what's it gonna be like for them when they get older and go on social media and see them stuff in the past that their parents took. But that's just a discussion for another day there. So anyway, if you enjoy everything I do on my YouTube channel, just make sure you hit like, subscribe. Personal vlog is one of the things I do, but I also do Calgary sports there, and cover all Calgary's major teams, recap games when time comes, and any news stories here. Here we are about the middle of August here, so we're definitely in the dog days of summer here, so trying to scrounge and at least put some content up on my channel here. So if it all sounds like you're interested in, just make sure you like, subscribe, and if you need to know exactly when I post something, just hit that bell icon, and as I always say, I'll see you in the next video here.